Alright, so on your way out, Max takes the lead, and he leads the very long, very odd-looking conga line through a bunch of tunnels until you get to it. It's definitely nowhere near as nice as the Opal Star, but from what you've seen of ships, it is very generic-looking. So perfect for flying under the radar. Everyone gets shuffled on board. It's decent lodgings, and he explains that the plan is there's a spaceport docking place or a refueling station where there's not a lot of security, but there's a lot that goes through there, so the plan is they're going to dock there and then just have people disperse. There are some ships there that are like ready to take people on. They have some money, so other groups of people can pay to get passage on different ships. But no one's gonna really know where most of the people are going. They're just dispersing until things calm down, then they can slowly make their way home. And so I believe most of y'all know where you're supposed to be waiting for Tali, Spectra, and the rest of the Opal Star crew to come pick you up once they're done waiting for things on their end to die down. And at some point, the ship is taking off. You get a message from Tali that is just a selfie of her and everyone else in front of a bunch of stolen crates and some people tied up in the corner.
Nice.
They look a little roughed up, but they're fine.
Does Scorpia have her own way out? Or is she supposed to go to the Opal Star?
She can. It's up to you. Or if you want to lie low with everyone else, because you were part of the group that just ripped this dude off.
I think Scorpia has her own exit. So once she makes sure that everyone is set and good to go on their way, she'll say her goodbyes, saying, "Great working with you. Maybe I'll see you around, but I'm owed a vacation before I take my next dive into the dark." And she just kind of vanishes into the city.
Well, it's basically a space gas station. Think kind of like a Buggies.
Perfect. She goes around a stack of things in the Buc-ee's and is gone. And she does take the robot with her.
Very impressive that you disappeared into the crowd with that.
If Vi wants to keep the arm, she can. Otherwise, Scorpia will also take that.
But you have a couple Tech and Clyde friends who might have fun with that.
That's true. That's true. I would probably take a second look at it. Do you need that arm?
I think my friend will have enough to keep herself busy with what I've got here.
Okay. Then I think I'll take that back. Thank you.
Take care of yourselves.
You as well.
Don't die. Don't get blackmailed. You know, the usual.
Do our best.
You too.
And I believe that she probably has a small, one-person ship that she goes to and flies off somewhere. She knows she'll get paid in her own way.
Yeah.
All those lines are already set up. She doesn't even have to think about it anymore.
Yeah. Also, Maria's just a really good boss to work with. You don't have to bug her about pay me. Although you do know it might be a couple of days, because that was a hectic, but you know you'll get paid. You probably got paid a generous amount up front.
Cool.
And I'll say, y'all can either get Max to give you a lift to the pickup point, or there's someone else that can pick you up and take you there.
I think before we do that, I'll go up to
also,
Sage.
that big the ship y'all came on is just getting abandoned. Oh yeah, Sage is probably actually gonna stay with y'all because you know where her sister is.
I was gonna ask that. I was gonna be like, so do you want to come with us instead? Because your sister's there.
Yeah, she's kind of all I've got. If y'all don't mind me tagging along, I don't know where we're going. I don't need to know though. I just thank you, and she'll hug bye too.
Oh. She'll pat her shoulder. After a second, she almost not freezes, but
I is not used to hugs.
no. No, it's not that she's a cold person, but no, not quite touchy-feely. So she'll probably, like, freeze for a second, like, blink, like, what do I... Oh, yeah. And then, yeah, like, pat her on the shoulder.
Are y'all going to, like, send Max off and go with someone else, or do you all want to invite him to come hide out with you, or what do you want to do?
Does he need to come? Is he free to do whatever, or does he actually need to lay low?
Well, he needs to lay low, but y'all also need to lay low, and y'all are heading to a safe house.
Does he have a place?
Yeah, he's... Are you asking him?
No. Well, maybe.
Because he's kind of staying behind and watching to make sure everyone gets, like, dispersed carefully. Make sure everyone gets off the station. He's not as much paying attention to where they're going. Just, are they getting off somewhere else?
Does he have anywhere he needs to report into?
No, I'll say that he left a coded message letting people know that the job was successful, also including the names of the people who are now safe and will eventually, with some help, be returned home gradually. So, what do y'all do?
I mean, just Vi wouldn't ask him, necessarily, so it would probably be Anima.
Farida is making a point of not asking, because she knows that if everybody is laying low together, including him, she's going to have to keep her face up the whole time. And that's not exactly super high on her want list.
So the one social person.
So she's doing the guilty, not looking, not asking, hoping that he has somewhere else to go.
So I'm gonna look at Farida. Doing the, like, definitely guilty, but trying not to look guilty dog move, like... Yeah.
Yep.
And look at Vi.
I will say that because Scorpia waited until all of the rescued prisoners were, like, sent off. If Scorpia is still there at that point, and Max seemed like a tech-savvy person, she might have a proposition for him.
I mean, he did put viruses on the computers, so...
He didn't build them, but he certainly knew how to activate them and so forth.
He's probably not as good of a hacker as Vi, but he's definitely a hacker.
I mean, I can roll insight again, but based on what Scorpia has noticed about him, does he seem like he would be able to handle mentorship under a very enthusiastic hermit?
Can anyone handle that?
You feel like he has, like, a very tactical approach to things, just, like, with how he looks at it, and there may have been, like, a couple of moments just in flight where you saw he does have finely controlled Esper abilities.
Is he much of a fighter, then? Like, if he's just controlling Esper abilities?
You get the feeling maybe not. You could ask him.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask him, like, what his background is. Because my thought is that with what I think Scorpia is about to do after her vacation, a bodyguard / apprentice for Trixie might not be a bad idea. But it doesn't have to be this guy, if the story is better otherwise.
I'm using one of the default character sheets for him, so he's an adept, so he's very good with the Esper abilities, and he's good at a fight, but he's not a very beefy boy. But Trixie also does have a lot of robots.
Yes.
And she might be able to fix this one.
She's probably not in a lot of danger, but Scorpia likes to be cautious. But as, like, a meta storytelling question, do y'all want Max, or do you want him to go away in a convenient manner?
I want him to go away and live to be bewildered another day.
I think after all of this, just sort of standing around looking at each other, Vi may just go up to him. So, Max, do you have your own way back? Because we all need to sort of lay low, but it may not be best to go in too large groups, but if you don't really have a place, then...
He just kind of grins sheepish, like, yeah, I have some places that I could go. I've got friends in the lands, and he shows the medallion, which on the medallion has a star that looks like there's like a bolt of light shooting across it. Roll me lore.
Okay. I think I'm gonna use heads just to make sure. I really like having heads with me. Oh, yay. Alright, lore, that is a 22.
You've seen this mark before. You never knew who it belonged to. You do know your mentor was friendly towards people you've seen with the similar marking.
Okay.
But you've seen it in the Federation.
Okay.
Primarily among people you might have worked with or worked around to take down people who were bullies or abusing power.
Okay. So my mentor didn't have one, but he worked with people who did, or who have had that mark.
I don't think he had one, but you know he was friendly with them.
Okay. I will keep that for future questioning.
And I think you heard him just refer to it as the Lance.
Lance?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Which may not be the full name, that's just a shorthand name, because I don't think he has any idea you don't know what that is.
Nope. Okay.
I'm sure they'll take good care of me. They have so far. They helped me out of the bind when I got... Oh. I guess you could say it was fired. It was a little more than that. Sinford was throwing quite the tantrum, but I think they finally got him in prison now. Either that or they've at least narrowed down where he's hiding.
That's good. Don't need him skulking about.
Yeah. Yeah, they helped me out of that, and I figured I'd try and help them. Are y'all gonna be alright, though? Do y'all have a way off to where you're going? I don't know if y'all actually do either that, or like you can arrange for it with Spectra.
Yeah, it's like, we have accommodations, yeah. But thanks for asking.
Alright, well, looks like pretty much everyone's taken care of, so I think it's time I disappear. I recommend y'all disappear too for a while. Might take some time for things to die down, but hopefully we will meet again under better circumstances. Casts a quizzical look at Faradell like he's like, who are you? And then he just shakes his head and disappears into the crowd.
Before he goes, I grab him and say, no, give me your contact information. Something reasonable that I can use to reach out to you. Give me.
Oh yeah, here. He does pass y'all his contact information, the way to contact him securely.
Okay.
Vi, roll me a perception check.
Ooh. Well, I'm gonna use heads again. Okay. That is only a 17.
Only a 17.
Yes.
As he disappears, you feel him slip something small into your pocket. Disappears into the crowd.
Okay. Vi's not gonna take it out immediately. She's probably gonna wait until we get the ship sorted.
Yeah, because it's y'all. They're gonna have to see about finding someone that's going in the direction y'all need to go and pay them. And I'll say, like, it might take some time, but I will say y'all are able to make it to the safe house. It's small, comfortable, near a bunch of other stuff, so it's easy for you to, like, if you need to, like, go out and do things, you can blend in, but you get a message from Tali and Spectra saying that they found a place where they're gonna lay low for a little bit. So they give you a couple ways where you can contact them, because this was part of the plan that you'd lay low separately, but like they have friends who are close enough in the area where if you need help, they can come help you.
Okay.
So it's basically kind of like a little mini vacation of please don't draw attention to yourselves.
You shouldn't have left us together if that was the case, but okay.
Well, now they can find you, as opposed to if you all get in trouble in separate places, it'll be harder for them to, like, reach out for help.
Yeah.
It's a nice little place. There are shops, and it's not a particularly fancy place, but we're gonna kind of fast forward through a week or a week and a half as things calm down enough to where the bounty ward is no longer a thing. Once things are calmer and safer and the underworld is no longer threatening to rip itself apart, because after Trigger lost that shipment, he just disappears. He runs, he drops off the radar. Tully does mention that it looks like he may have been in the process of or have already been selling weapons to the Shadow Technocracy.
Okay.
Which, there's very little record of their existence, so like there's not a lot of information on like who is picking up the shipments, but they're pretty sure that's why he's disappeared. But they're also pretty sure that since he lost that really big shipment and all of his blackmail materials, because the building exploded and burned everything, he's either in the doghouse with them or they're just going to stick him in a corner where he can't cause any more trouble. Or they'll kill him. There are a lot of questions about how the Shadow Technocracy operates. Yeah, so y'all have like a week or so, and what is everyone going to do in that time?
Well, I don't have my workshop, my tools, my materials. Probably gonna sit twiddling my thumbs for about a week.
You can like go out and walk around, and you do have your computer so you can at least write ideas down.
Yes, you also probably have your music software, to some extent.
Yeah.
I'd like to first look at the thing that Max gave me. So once we got to the safe house.
It's a medallion just like his. Just a simple medallion with the marking on it.
Huh. Alright. Note or context or anything, just the medallion. Okay.
I think there might be a note on it, like a little sticky note essentially on it first, saying, if you need a friend.
Okay. I think I'll put that back in my pocket.
Who would you ask about it for more information?
I was gonna ask Spectre or Tally, but if they're not here, I'm not sure if doing it via message would be great.
Yeah, fair point. They did kind of say, like, radio silence is good, but if you need help, let us know immediately.
Is there a secure way I can do an image search, like take a picture, sketch the design on the medallion, and then take a picture of it on my device and see what comes up that way?
Yeah, you can do that. Also, you do have a secure way to communicate with your mentor.
Yeah. Well, he's radio silent, but I think I'll message him going, so I just met someone who is in the same organization we've worked with before. And I send him a picture of that same sketch.
Yeah, same organization as lists like one or two people's code names.
Okay, yeah.
Those are good people. Call themselves the Stellar Lance. Seem intent on taking down people who use their power for their own benefit. Not a lot of them here, but they're good people. He also mentions that he is slowly hopscotching his way around different security things, trying to get out of the Federation. Because it's getting a little more locked down than normal. Like, they aren't making any big moves, but they're making silent moves. But it's following protocols that he's seen before, so he's able to skirt around them. He's still working his way out.
Okay.
And he'll keep you updated every couple of days that still alive, still moving, beds are chasing their tails.
I'll just quickly message back. Sounds good. Where laying low until the bounty issue was dealt with has worked itself out.
Spectra will probably be the one just giving y'all occasional updates on, okay, this person's dropped out, this organization's dropped out, just like as things are calming down. Still stay away, but there's you have access to books and entertainment as well as educational materials. Use this time to just relax and learn more things.
Yeah, I think Vi would like to learn more things. I'm just not sure what quite this second.
Well, we don't have to like roll through it, but you could use it to, y'all are able to find time to learn more about different technology and culture stuff and get a better feel for this weird universe you find yourself in.
Okay.
Anima, what do you think you'll be doing or focusing on during this week or so?
So, when we looked up Dottie, was there an organization that or like a university or a research lab or something that she worked for that would possibly have a way to contact her?
You're going to be trying to get more information on Dottie and where she might be, basically?
Yeah. Even if it doesn't give like a location, because that could potentially be unsafe. If there's like contact info.
You're gathering information for when you're able to communicate with people again so you can find. You're doing research.
Yes.
I'll say you're able to, over time, just gather information on like a couple of different companies she's worked for. A lot of them are private, and there's one main one that you remember working. It was after you graduated and were officially considered an adult a couple years later. You were able to join the organization she worked for. You are able to trace and find some of the research that she was a part of in relation to different things with the Crucibles. But you also remember a lot of stuff she's usually part of more long-term projects. Some of the stuff she's working on may not be announced or have a lot of information out about it for a while. I guess roll me intelligence. Because also, a lot of companies she worked for didn't exactly post their employment records and stuff, so forth online.
15.
With that, you're able to remember the name of a couple of the organizations that I will send you later that she worked for before you met her and while you were still in school, but you're not quite able yet to remember where she might have been working, where you both were working before everything just goes blank, because a lot of the stuff around there is still really fuzzy.
Okay.
But you do have more memories of working with her, and you also have memories of other people you worked with. Probably not any names, just faces and interactions.
Okay.
You gonna look into learning other things outside of when you're researching?
Probably. I don't know what. That was the only thing I really had thought of. Ooh.
Yeah.
And Ferda, what do you think you're gonna be focusing on?
It might be good to treat this as a bit of a vacation, so not do a whole lot. Spend more time kind of meditating, thinking on the stuff we've been doing. There may be the lyrics for some songs that come from this, but a lot of her time is just going to be spent curled up in a corner on her phone. Except for, notably, some amount of time into this break, she will stop Anima to ask about the tattoo on her back.
Oh.
To take a closer look.
Okay.
And won't necessarily try to do things like Google it, because that would be very traceable.
Yeah.
Probably the kind of thing that they actually have a notification set up for. Like, hey, someone's Googled this image. Why are they doing that? That's weird. Where are they? So, no Googling. But looking at it much more detailed fashion. Find out how it was tattooed. What kind of tools they might have used. just how intricate it is, how old it is. Because we know how long Anima's been awake, but we don't know how long this body's been around.
She remembered how old she is.
Yeah.
Well, then it would be interesting to see if this coincides with that.
Okay. I guess roll investigation.
Sure. Ooh, 11. I can give myself a D4. 15, actually.
As for how old it is, you estimate she probably got it when she was around 5 years old, which fits with when they become adults. Because Ashen Forge are considered fully mature at 5. And that's also when they get their clan name and their clan mark. Not like exactly on their 5th birthday, but around that time.
Alright. And as for the application of the tattoo, does it look like a relatively standard tattoo?
You've seen Spectra's tattoos. It doesn't look like it was applied like that. Looks like there might be another process used for it, which Ashen Forge, this is a very important part of their tradition, so it makes sense that they would have a different, unique, protected process for applying the clan marks. Because also, some tattoos might be put on with knowing that, like, oh, you might want to, like, alter or cover up, but clan marks, that's not a thing that they are concerned with, because I think you would have to try, like, really, really hard to get kicked out of a clan.
Fair enough.
And I think possibly, while you're looking at it, Anime, you might have flashbacks to when you got it. Because there were some other people from your clan there. The memories are fuzzy, but you remember them being there to support you because it isn't the most pleasant sensation in the world, but it didn't hurt as bad as you expected it to. And you remember people being there talking you through it. Ashen Forge family structures do not work the same way most people's family structures do, because the relationships are more fluid since you are created, not born. But you remember there was a period of time where, like, these people who were in the room with you were almost like parental figures. But you also remember as time went on, you went to work with different people, those also became considered like your family.
Okay.
I also imagine some time is spent watching documentaries or movies or just reading stuff. Pass the time. Maybe get out and walk around a little bit.
A little bit. Not a lot, because we are trying to lay low.
Yeah, but, like, going for, like, a walk around the block when you know it's kind of a busier time of day so it wouldn't look weird. Because Spectra picked this place specifically because it would be a good place for y'all to easily blend in, and the people who are there just kind of, like, come and go. Most people wouldn't pay you any mind. So what's Scorpia doing for her vacation?
Well, she would have gone back to see Trixie for a couple weeks.
Trixie was very excited about the robot.
Robot.
Yes. She loves any chance to study tech, sentient or otherwise. So yeah, she definitely hangs out there for a while, waits for news on who her next target is, what her next assignment might be, just keeps practicing chess and working out, and hanging out with Trixie and the robots. So I imagine they're very isolated during this time. But I think that Trixie definitely has her own space VPN. So Scorpia's not really too worried about internet access, so she plays, chess online with Vandrin and keeps in contact with Lana, and probably sends a message to her mom being like, hey, I'm still alive. I'll see you in a bit.
Yeah, and Maria sends you updates. Like, after about a week, it's just like, okay, doesn't seem to be any heat on you, so... Also, yeah, you do get your money.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ephraim Maria's like, okay, you should be cool to travel. I don't really have anything for you, but some of my friends might. She lets you have some wiggle room, but she's your primary employer just so you don't ever have to work with anyone like Synfrith again.
Yeah.
He's a bit of a slimy weasel. He was not a fun time to work for.
Scorpia appreciates being a little bit more above board than she used to be.
Yeah. Maria's an antiquities smuggler, so...
I mean, by above board, I guess I just mean more on a side of morality that Scorpia likes being on.
Yeah.
Not hijacking important medicine to be used as a party drug, although you probably
Exactly.
he probably didn't tell you that's what was going on.
Yeah.
No, I don't think she would have known at the time, but I think she figured it out, and that's part of why she was looking for ways out.
Yeah. If the party hadn't hijacked it, I'm pretty sure she would have messaged her friends and Lids and be like, can y'all help me stop this?
Yep. And I think she would leave word with Mira about once she gets in contact with the Opal Star crew, just to kind of let them know what the identifying marks of Entrixie's machines are. Because I imagine they have a logo that most people wouldn't recognize, but if you know what it is, then you know what it is.
Yeah.
Just so that they know when a friendly machine may be nearby.
Robot walks up to them.
Oh, okay, sentient machine. Okay, I was like, are these sentient
Or-
to some extent?
Hey,
or-
some of them.
Artificial intelligence or virtual intelligence, those are both
Yeah.
things.
Okay.
I mean, the Federation, who is nowhere near as advanced as the Alliance, fully believed that Tali was an AI.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely a mixture.
Okay.
Because, like, also, Entrixie has worked in rehabilitating and recuperating sentient robots that got injured very severely.
I mean, like, arms chopped off, things like
arms
that.
chopped off. You know, as long as they aren't dead, she does what she can to help them out. And if they're dead, she uses their parts to make other people better. So.
Okay.
She just likes technology. I feel like she would get along well with Tali, but Tali is a tech nerd, but she's also, like, a pop culture nerd.
Yeah. Oh, what was it, Lex?
Yeah, they can just sit and work on tech stuff and just not talk to each other.
Yeah, just don't talk to each other.
Lex can be talkative, he's just shy. Lex is the four-armed Promethean engineer that has... So, I don't have a lot else for him, but y'all... What was that?
I was gonna say, I think Vi... Yeah, researching stuff. Maybe at least work on some designs.
Yeah.
For pieces. Or work on them in general. And one thing I think she would want to do, or at least work on, even if it's just like getting materials from the store. I'm assuming there's a sort of bookstore or something.
Yeah.
Maybe work on understanding more, maybe learning Kesh a bit.
You can learn more of the language and just more about them, because it's hard to learn a lot about a culture in the Federation.
Yeah. But yeah, that'd be it.
Okay, yeah, so you're able to spend some time doing that and learn more about the Kesh.
Yeah.
Anyone else have things they want to do during the time? Maybe just spend more time talking to each other and getting to know each other and talking about stuff that isn't, are we gonna be framed as terrorists? Because that was a really long conversation.
Yeah. I'm guessing we haven't heard any updates from the Federation then?
No. No, there haven't been any updates or announcements. Your mentor's still keeping an eye on it. Tali's keeping an eye on it as well. Conversation has died down from it a bit. You might think they are probably a little more distracted, some of them, by, why do we have a new FBI?
Yeah, that would do it.
What are you talking about? This is the FBI you've had the whole time. Yes, it was Operation Gaslight. Most importantly, it was that title was only known by the people that were disappearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's causing some confusion. After a week or so, you'll actually have time to relax, kind of, if y'all know how to. Do some research, learn some things.
No.
Maybe watch, like, an entertaining thing or two and try and make sense of pop culture. You get a video message this time, because things have calmed down enough to where they're comfortable doing that. Spectre, Maria, and Tali are there. Tali's half paying attention to what's going on. The Spectre's gonna lead the conversation. It's like, well, how are you all doing? Is everyone alright?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. As I look at the other two.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, Anima, you've had some, like, kind of decent stores to cook with.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the best, but I'm sure you make it more palatable.
Hey.
Good to hear. Things have calmed down enough. We're going to be coming by to pick you up soon, but...
Is Sage with us also?
Yeah, I was gonna say, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sage has been there too, and she's probably still working on, like, her different programming classes. She has better equipment to take the classes on, because it's, like, the most effective way to, like, hold someone hostage, not have the entire world know you're holding them hostage, is allow them very restricted access to certain parts of things. So that's how she was able to, like, do her classes. It's just she had a guard watching her the whole time and didn't really have a way to get word out effectively about what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she just, like, keeps working on her classes. She might ask y'all questions about yourself. She's pretty friendly and pretty trusting for someone that's been held hostage for, like, 2 years. But she's very friendly and trusting towards y'all because y'all helped her get out of there, and she's able to establish some contacts with
Sash?
Sash. I'm like, what did I name the other one? Yeah, she's able to, like, have some contact with Sash, and Sash has mentioned that Spectre has arranged for them to be taken care of in a way that is not the same way Vi would need it. They'll be alright. They'll have a chance to have a decent life now. And Spectre's gonna mention, most of the problem is gone thanks to our friend Esper, Sandro. We did agree to have a face-to-face meeting with him in his main headquarters in Kuiper Belt Station 13 on Alamardi, which is in the smuggling underworld, but we have a guaranteed safe passage in and out. He's very interested to meet you, because... So... Radia, can you explain this? And Radia steps forward. So... It seems this all started when Sandro saw the news from the Federation. Wasn't sure why he was looking at it at first, but we later figured it out. But Trigger found out that he was looking for information on the two of you, Vi and Anima. Seems he saw screenshots of you from when you were helping me deal with Synthrath. I don't know if you know this, but he's originally from the Federation, and he's held no love for the government. He can tell you the story, but he was particularly looking for Farida. See if she was okay, because it seems it'll be better to have him explain it, but he's been trying to find a way to get you all and all of us to safety in this whole situation.
Alrighty then.
He is the one who caused it.
Yes, it seems the person he had going to deliver information to his hacker got waylaid and the information leaked. That person has since been very much reprimanded. Pretty sure they're still alive. He doesn't usually deal with people that way, but they're no longer employed with him.
So he doesn't mention why he wants to meet us, except that he specifically wants to see Farida.
He's always been rather odd and sometimes has his pet projects from what I've been able to gather. I sense no untoward intentions in his request, but he seems to want to wait until everyone is here to explain.
Alrighty then. How long will that take? I mean, that is to say, the trip from here to there.
Shouldn't take too long.
Fantastic.
I'll have to check which lanes are the best to use once we get there. But I estimate that it'll take a day or so.
Sounds good.
But we should be there to pick you up soon. Minor retcon, they'll be picking you up later the day that they're talking to you.
Okay.
And we should be there within a few hours if you can get ready and meet us at insert name of spaceport here. And we can catch up on everything, because that was an interesting few days.
Very much so.
We would have been able to pick you up sooner, but we had to drop off some sensitive equipment with some Alliance personnel to make sure that it is dealt with appropriately. It's delicate. Definitely good to know that's not going to be in the hands of anyone that Trigger is working with. Some non-licensed people on his client list. Yeah, that's an understatement.
Then we'll see you when you arrive.
Somebody doesn't look happy about it, but yeah.
I can't remember, have you looked him up at all?
Yes, I knew he was from the Federation.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So that wasn't news to me, but I think Vi, after the call ended, would be like, well, I don't like that he's gathering all of us up in one place. Could be just an explanation, could be a trap, but we have no other option, really.
Doesn't seem like it.
I don't remember.
I don't know what he would have known.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Vi would have asked him, not really expecting anything. Really?
Yeah. I said that and then immediately realized I'm like almost 100% sure he changed his name when he ended up over here. He's not going by the name he had there.
Yeah, no. Then it may be other details. He was in the Federation like 40 or so years ago. He seems to have, I guess, known. He has definite contacts in the Federation because he's smuggled to and from the Federation. Yeah. I think Vi would have tried to give her mentors like much information as she had, but
Yeah, he's probably not going to be able to give you a lot of information just because either it's not a lot of detail to go on or it would take more researching than he has time to really dig into right now because he's trying to tiptoe his way around government stuff to get out.
yeah, that's true, yeah.
He might grumble about how annoying that is. But it's mostly just him being grumpy. But you also get the feeling he's kind of... It's a tense situation.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
So the Opal Star comes by and y'all get picked up and you head off to Kuiper Belt Station 13 on Alamari, where you will meet the mysterious Whisper. Thank you for joining us and stay tuned next time to find out what happens on board the Opal Star. If you don't want to wait, you can get early access to our episodes over at patreon.com/pseudonymsocial. If you like our show, please consider leaving us a review on your favorite podcasting app so people can know where to find us. We couldn't do this without your help.
Aboard the Opal Star is a production of Pseudonym Social, changing reality one story at a time. It is DM'd and produced by me, Brianna Toiber.
I'm Casey, and I'm playing Anima the Ashen Forged.
Victor, I'm playing Farida the Promethean.
My name's Alexis, and I am playing Mylena Sorrell, the Eldori.
With music by Patrick Chester of Chester Studios. To get more information on this or any of our other shows, check out our website at pseudonymsocial.wordpress.com.
Hello, Zero here, onboard AI of the SSS Destiny's Child, welcoming you to the We Suck at D&D podcast.
Now watch out, the next part might shock you.
Do you like lasers? And explosions? And interdimensional travel through a world-eating boy?
Well, then this show might be for you. Hi, Kirk, the DM here for We Suck at D&D podcast. If you want something a little out of the norm, come check us out. You can find us at wesuckpodcast.wixsite.com. Come follow us and go
Beyond.